family and finest.
So be sure to log on each week on Wednesday at 7 p.m. to catch Speaking the Facts with Charlie and JR.
Tune in.
Well, hey guys, it is Speaking the Facts, and it is 7-ish. My little corny joke, right? We are here, and we're going to have fun tonight. So, for those who watch us every week, I'm pretty sure you're noticing that we're missing somebody, my dad. And so he's there with the balloons right there. His birthday was Monday. He turned 67 years old. So tonight I'm solo dolo, of course, with my guest here, Mark Drake, which I'm excited to have you on.
Excited to be here.
So I think I had to beg you to come on. Do I have to beg you to come on?
No, it wasn't like that.
Okay, it wasn't. Okay.
At least not this time.
Okay.
Okay.
If I ask you to come back again, you might be.
There you go.
Okay.
It might be a little more challenging.
Exactly. It's a little bit. So we always introduce ourselves. So I am Fly Money. Okay. And then my dad is the Fly Guy. And then Kim, you the fly chick over there? And look at my dad's line. He's always been fly. And so then we have Miss Taylor, our engineer, helping us out today. Thank you so much, Miss Taylor. So I want to say that when I met you a couple weeks ago, we were at Panera Bread.
Yeah,
and it was a chance meeting, right? But on that meeting, then we got a chance to talk about you do so many things, but we're going to be talking about what you do, like your business. But we got a chance to talk about Saim, which is your company that you started, you founded. And I was just super, super intrigued and probably wanted to become a customer immediately. You
did.
But you're like, you got to wait. You're like,
yeah.
You're right. So a little backstory about you, I guess we could just jump right into it. I just there's no segue, I'm so excited.
I love it.
Okay,
I can do that. So well, hello everyone. Mark Drake. I am a native Texan.
Okay.
So born and raised in Dallas, Texas, and super proud of that. Right. I love the fact that we have so many people coming to my home state, and they found value, but it also creates a lot of opportunity for business and new relationships and all the above. And so, with that, I'm super excited about, of course, the progress of the state and then being able to take advantage of course, all the many things that the state of Texas has to offer.
Exactly.
Right?
And so a fun fact or statistic, they say the average person moves 11.7 times in their lifetime.
Wow.
So
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
And then
I wonder what number I am.
Right. I know, right? I know. It makes you really think about it. It's like, okay, was I a nomad? Like, how many times? Yeah. Because I know I moved more than 11.7 times in my lifetime. I probably moved that much with just my parents, right? Then in my adult life. So, and then they say the average person will actually buy at least 3 homes in their lifetime.
Yeah.
So reason why I know that fun fact is, Kiswell now, we're all about home ownership, little shameless self-plug there.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with it, right? And so, so being here from Texas and specifically Dallas, of course, we're all able to see kind of the growth and opportunities. And so it's really a matter of how do you tap in and how do you add value? And so in 2013, I started my first company, which was FanTouch Solutions, where we focused on follow-up as a service, right? And so follow-up as a service, for those who don't know, when you are a business owner and you're working to generate leads, you're doing a lot of networking, things of that nature.
Right.
Oftentimes you generate leads, but what do? You fail to follow up. Right.
Because you asked me, what are you doing?
There you go. That's a true pain point for a lot of people. They're really good at dressing up, looking good, and getting their elevator pitch down, and they are exchanging business cards all day long.
Exactly.
But when it comes down to taking that next major step, which is the follow-up, they struggle. And so with that, me and my team, we established follow-up as a service, where we created a dynamic where we have virtual assistants, if you will, who are willing to make those calls on your behalf to ensure that you're able to continue to nurture the leads, etc. That particular business model is phenomenal, but it can be quite expensive for what I would define as the everyday entrepreneur. Right. And so with that, in 2022, we founded Saim Solutions, which now automates the follow-up. So we make it where you can scan a person can scan your QR code.
Right.
It automatically sends their information to our system, and then it triggers a follow-up campaign for 6 months, 12 months, however you want to schedule it. And it's extremely phenomenal and has done a lot of great things for those that have subscribed. And so we're excited about it and really look forward to continuing to getting the word out.
Well, and that's why I was so excited to have you on. Matter of fact, when I was leaving my son's baseball game. So the parents are like, "You're always running." I'm like, "I know, I'm running. I'm always going somewhere." But I'm like, "I'm excited." And so I actually told them about your business, and a couple of them were like, "Okay, I'm going to tune in." Like, and they're like, "I
love
need
it.
that," you know. So I was telling him like, "Hey, he might need to hire me so I could be, you know, a spokesperson
Yeah.
for the company." Right? I'm like, "I need one more job." And so the follow up is definitely key to a business. And so with the, you know, the automation of it, you know, it's definitely, I mean, I love it. It's very easily, all you have to do is set it up. You let it know what you wanted to say to the people, and you're just kind of set it and forget it type
There you
deal.
go.
And so, so with you guys, did you guys like pre-market this? How you guys getting out to the masses? I mean, obviously you're to everybody here, but you know, how did you promote your business? 'Cause that's something that a lot of people who are watching the show maybe want to start a business. How do you get going? You know?
No, that's a great question. So I think, well, not that I think, but everything starts with proof of concept. And so for us, we knew that the follow up as a service model, when you're dealing with individuals, works. But then how do you transition this model and package it in a way that makes sense to, you know, the individual who's at a networking event? And so for us, it became a matter of, let's take this concept and of course digitize it in a way that can now be used while you're live right there with a person. And so it really took us to get focused on, you know, knocking on doors. When I started signing, I literally was going door to door at different businesses that were getting foot traffic, saying, "Hey, you have all these people coming in and out of your door, but are you remarketing to them? Are you following up with them? Are you pushing more promotions?" And so funny thing is, in the Texas heat, you know, going door to door. And I got
hit with the no solicitation. Like,
you know, you just ignore those. You just keep going.
So you hear that, you guys? Push through the no solicitation.
That's right.
Everybody needs to be solicited.
Yeah. And so, but I was so excited about, you know, being able to, you know, use technology for this concept that, you know, it just makes sense for me to look a person in their face and say, "Hey, let me automate this process for you." And we got our first client, and everything else just kind of went from there. And so that was in 2022. And as of right now, we have about 170 users on our platform. And so
was I the 170th?
No.
What number was I?
Well, I don't know what number you were.
See, I want to be
but we've added a couple more people on
ding,
since then.
I'm like, I don't feel special, you know.
Yeah, there you go. But one thing we know for sure is that everyone can use our solution, and so it's tried and true at this point, so we know that it works. Even when we set you up, I'm still getting text messages from the testing that we did with your account. So I got one like at 11:30 last night, so that told me that I was testing it around that time. So it definitely works, and so we're
and it is awesome. And you know, again, just to set it and forget it. Just as business owners, like you said, we're moving and grooving. I know I am. And so just to be able to have that peace of mind that you're not getting lost, you know. Now, is there more things coming to this? Are you going to add more features to it?
Yeah, absolutely. So we already have, but we're kind of slow rolled it. So we have it now where you can have actual business type cards where you can tap a person's phone and it takes them through that same process. So versus having them scan the QR code on your phone, you just take the business card and you tap it. We also have a keychain that you can use for that same purpose. And so we use NFC technology for that particular purpose. So you just take the keychain.
For somebody who's not, you know, technology inclined, what does NFC stands for?
So don't give me lying to
you. Okay. So is that stuff? Is that thing?
Yeah, I'm the visionary. I'm not the actual guy that's making the thing happen. So
I wanted you to tell everybody how smart you are. Like you're an engineer.
There you go. Well, I'm not an engineer.
Okay, I thought you were. Okay.
No, not at all.
I'm adding it to him. Not yet.
And I'm so glad that came up because you don't have to be. So technology has evolved to a place where SaaS is a true thing, software as a service. So you don't have to be the IT guy. You don't have to be the engineer. You can just be the person with the vision that understands where the technology can go, and then you can push it in that direction just through leadership. So
I could do another business. You ready, Kim?
There you go.
Look at Kim.
Now, don't get me wrong. Like I build websites. Things of that nature. So I do have some technical abilities, but when it comes down to like really getting deep into the matter, you can forget me with all of that. Like, we pay people for that.
Okay, gotcha. Right? So, and it's and SaaS is what you
SaaS, software as a service.
Software as a service.
That's right.
That. Okay, that's neat. So then, the entrepreneurial spirit has been with you for how long? Obviously, you said 2013, but had you had other business besides Fan Touch Solutions?
It's interesting you asked. I was talking to my nephew about that today.
Uh-huh.
So I didn't know I was an entrepreneur at the time, but in high school I cut hair.
Okay.
So I was known as the neighborhood barber, and
bootleg barber.
I was in training. I won't call it bootleg. It's such a negative connotation. No, but I was training. I was self-training.
Okay.
Right. And so and I had a lot of guinea pigs. No, I had a lot of guinea pigs until I got good. So eventually, by 10th, 11th grade or so, because I started in 9th grade. Okay. But by 11th grade, I was rocking and rolling, and people could identify my haircuts just by walking past individuals at the school, and amongst other things. So at that point, that's very transactional. I provide the service, you pay me for it, but I didn't equate that as being necessarily a business owner at the time, but the disciplines were definitely there. And so it wasn't until, of course, I got older and, started to understand business more that I looked back to say, you know what, I was doing business at that time, right? And so that's kind of where it started, if you will, and so it evolved from there. I'm one of the ones that didn't go to college. I was blessed with just like a lot of common sense, and I use observation as a tool to understand kind of how life works and how business works. And so through that, leadership was a big motivation for me as far as being able to grow within different companies, which I did. So the last company I worked for, I was director of operations, which for a technology company, actually here in Plano, Texas. So I was there roughly 10 years, and that really gave me the motivation to start my own business, because as you grow within different corporations, you start to understand both the front and the back office. Gotcha. Typically, the front office is where you deal with a lot of people. It's the people engagement, you're answering the phone calls, etc. Whereas the back office is more the administrative side, and you really start to understand from that standpoint how things actually tie together. And so, at the director level, I was able to get that exposure, and it gave me the confidence that I needed.
I'm hearing a lot of self-taught in here.
Yeah, very much so.
I'm the same way though. I started college, but then we had a baby who's 31 years old, and so I didn't finish. And so kind of the same thing where I was able to work at companies and very self-taught. I wanted to understand all the inner workings.
There you go.
I had the opportunity to work at a software company called Infotech, and they did testing at that time for Microsoft, JavaScript, just all the old stuff that is very antiquated, right? It's old, very archaic software.
Java's still around.
Java's still around, but
I get it.
But just some DOS, So we did testing for that. But while I was there, I was able to get my certificate for MCSE. So that opened the door for me to go into several other things. So I skimmed the surface of technology. I'm definitely not as deep as you are, but having that allowed me to be ops managers and things like that. So
I love it.
But through that though, I definitely had that entrepreneurial spirit. I'm like, hey, I want to be able to have time for my kids, and travel, do all the things you're supposed to do, have a work-life balance. But it's hard to find that when you're self-employed. Could I say that you work harder for yourself than you do anybody else?
That's true.
That's
very true. And especially in the beginning years, you can get so consumed in, working to, take this vision that you have for your business and, build it up to where you see it, being that you lose sight of the kids, you lose sight of, the relationships. And so you become self-consumed in your business. And so at some point you have to be of pull back. Exactly. So that you can, pay attention to what's most important. So I think I'm at that phase now, where things have kind of been established and
automation. It runs on its own.
I'm kind of there at this point where life is, I don't have to be as aggressive in that area because I've been able to build a level of performance and
like
success for myself.
This time of the year,
there you go.
For old time's sake, 100-degree heat.
There you go. No, I don't have to do that anymore. No, I'm still in the heat because I'm in the construction side.
I know. You're still in the heat. So then I've heard you a couple of times say we did this, we did that. So who does we consist of? Who is the team?
Yeah, so I have so my first business partner was my younger brother. And so he's a phenomenal guy. He's like the sales guy.
Okay.
And I'm not. I'm more of the consultant. You tell me what your problem is. I will try to find a solution. Whereas my younger brother, he can sell, of course, glasses to a blind man. So he was my first business partner. And so he actually came up with the name FanTouch, which is the company that we formed. And so does a phenomenal job. My wife also works behind the scenes, assisting with setup and customer support, Miss Kim.
Yes.
There you go. And also we have support. So the guys who actually support us on the platform. So they're a part of the team as well.
Awesome. Good. So with the growth, do you see yourself employing more people? Do you have that vision? Like how big do you want, Cyan to grow? Like what's the vision?
Great question. So this is a stepping stone. So I truly know that God has given me visions for a couple of companies that I've yet to start. But this is where I feel like the greatest impact has happened so far, because once you start your first company, it's more of a learning curve, right? Because there's a lot of things that you're trying to figure out. You're trying to figure out the ideal market. You're trying to figure out your sales pitch, your value proposition. List goes on and on. And once you figure that out, your customer almost starts to educate you on really what they need and what they expect from you, right?
And if you provide a service and you meet their needs, you definitely you're going to keep that customer.
There you go. So it evolves organically over time. And so Cyan is there because of that organic push, right? Because FanTouch Solutions, though we provide a phenomenal service, again, not everyone can acquire a $5,000, $10,000 service, right? But they can afford something that may be $100 a month more so than anything else. And so, understanding that, Cyan is more so because of that particular purpose, listening to our clientele, understanding what their needs are, and modifying our business model in order to support that. So where we're going with Cyan, to be honest with you, the sky's the limit, because there's not one business owner that can't use our service. That's how we look at it. Like we're kind of agnostic from that standpoint, where we can service any industry at any given time, right? Because everyone needs to be able to re-engage with their prospects, right? And you won't have a business without prospects, without clients, et cetera, et cetera. And so we know we can service the masses. So we have to be very strategic about how we go about it, because we know at the end of the day, we don't want failure by success. So we blast it out to the world, and we are not at capacity where we can get 1,000 people on the platform today.
So you haven't hired me yet, but just I'm pushing hard. I need one more job. So how does someone get in touch with you? How do they, if they want more information about Cyan and see how that software can help them with their business?
I love it. So they can go to cyansolutions.com. That's SCYENE solutions with an S at the end.com. You can schedule a free consultation. You can also just check out our demo that we have there as well, and explain a video that tells you more about the platform itself and how it can work to support you and re-engage your particular prospects to convert them to customers. So
I love that. And it's all about conversion, especially in business. Doesn't help you if you meet someone like you don't do anything with it, and it helps you stay top of mind. So
absolutely,
that's the biggest thing. You meet a person one time and it requires touches. So have y'all done research on quote unquote how many touches it takes to convert? So for that business owner out there that's brand new and wants to know, okay, how many times do I have to talk to someone over the phone? How many times do I have to walk through someone's door? How many emails do I have to send? What does that look like on that conversion?
So on average, you're looking at about 11 touch points, right? 11. And most people don't have one in place, right?
Exactly.
And so, but statistically speaking, it takes about 11 touch points in order for you to convert a prospect into a customer. And so, with that being said, again, most people don't even put forth an effort to generate one touch point, and it's not because they don't desire to, but the know-how is lacking.
Right. Exactly.
Right. And
you have people who are introverts. I like to tell people that I'm shy. You believe that I'm shy?
I can accept the fact that you are shy.
See, I like that.
Yeah, but you turn it on when you have to.
There you go. I walk into a room and I'm very quiet. Y'all believe I'm shy? Taylor, you think I'm shy? See,
not at all.
She said, okay. Nobody thinks I'm shy. But you have people who they know that they have something good, but they just don't know how to put it out there. So this would definitely help that person who has a business who's maybe introverted and can help with those touches, because Cyan can do 6 months worth of touches.
Yeah, we can. There's no cap on how many touches we can manage. Of course, through the automation technology. And I think what's also important is that there's a lot of testing that goes on. And so, when you're doing it manually, as far as the touch points go.
Mhm.
You may have one approach that just doesn't work, but then because it didn't work, you may feel defeated and not try another approach, right? And so
exactly.
because your ego and everything else is tied into your business, right?
Correct,
And so
right.
with automation, and especially through text messaging, because that's our primary touch point method, which
And
has
touch on how many text messages are open, the percentage, y'all.
Yeah.
It's like amazing.
so text message has a 98% open rate. And that's beyond any other type of touch point, email, social media, the list goes on. So you're able to reach almost 10 out of 10 individuals that you actually
even if they say
engage
don't
with.
touch me, don't text me no more.
There you go.
Yeah. And so what about that? About the D&D, if someone says stop texting me, don't text me no more, does the app handle
Yeah,
that?
it
Okay.
automatically recognizes that. So at the
That way you won't get in trouble.
yeah, so if they text back stop, it automatically removes them from the list.
Okay.
Right. So
No
it's not something that you have to
harassment.
do. It's not something you have to do manually for sure.
Okay.
So,
That's very good.
Yeah,
Very
so,
good.
So there you go.
So you've so it's really, again, you've thought about all the things that would, that keeps it flowing. So a person doesn't have to
Mhm.
stop their day.
Correct.
Now what about that person who maybe needs a website, because you mentioned websites earlier, and I think that most people, they do go online when they're doing their research. Do you know the figures on that for shopping for a business?
I can't tell you that right now.
Okay.
no.
All right. See, I'm just quizzing them.
That's okay.
Yeah, but you're doing good.
Thank you.
So website
Mhm.
development, you said you've done that before. Is that something else that you offer?
Yeah. So if you go to our website, sciencesolutions.com, once again, you will see
you gotta go.
a list of various services that we offer. Of course, the follow-up automation is the primary, but we marry that with other solutions by way of marketing. So of course, website development is one. We create funnels because we understand that there's a full ecosystem that can be acquired and to, of course, grow a business if the investment is there. So
Right.
we do our best.
Investment, y'all. You
yeah.
have to invest if you want to make money.
That's very true.
But he's very affordable.
Very true. So, but yeah, if you're willing to make the investment, then we want to be able to be that one-stop shop. So
Right.
whether it's website development, SEO, whether we're focusing on email campaigns, text message campaigns, list goes on and on. So when you come to Sign, we aim to partner. When I first started my company, I came up with this slogan, and it's something that I already kind of operated by, but
Mhm.
I had to place it in perspective for business, and that is we put partnership before profit.
Okay.
Right. So the mindset before that is,
like
is and I heard someone say this, so I'm gonna paraphrase what they said, but I subscribe to it. Texas is a relationship state. It really is. It's not
I
about
agree.
what you know, it's about who you know.
Correct.
Right. And it's all about being able to build relationships with people who can take you to various levels to
Exactly.
success. Right. Whereas New York may not be. New
Yeah.
York is more transactional. It's like, hurry up, let's
Right.
do it now, and see you later type of thing. Right.
Exactly.
So no, with us, it's really about building a mindset of partnership.
Mhm.
So a person just doesn't feel like a number. It's like we want to make a connection. Like even with us, and I'm sitting here at your podcast right now, right?
Right.
It's just part of the dynamic of partnership before profit, right?
Right.
And so with that, it goes a long way. And so we play the long game.
Mhm.
A lot of people are transactional. They play the short game. They only want to make that money right now,
Right.
right? So they're going to charge you everything up front. They're going to hit you in the head with a big number, and it's like, okay, well, I have to do it, so let me go ahead and do it. But you would never get my business again, right?
Exactly.
Whereas on our end, it's the long game. So it's a matter of building a relationship, and you may need our service. You may need a website down the road,
Right.
right?
Exactly
You may have
right.
started with the automation, but now we do websites. There's another opportunity to make money from you as a client. And
Right.
so, and the list goes on and on. So, partnership before profit is the mindset. So you will find it on our website. And so if you go, you'll see the automation, but you also see a list of other services that we offer as well.
And I think that's so awesome. And so, are you comfortable with talking about the price point for the texting? And
Yeah.
okay,
yeah,
so
absolutely.
you guys, when with all the things that the service provides, like I was in awe. So the automation of the text, and again, that follow up and follow through for you without your effort, it's as cheap as $49
$49 a month.
$49
Yeah, that's where
a
it
month.
starts.
So it's not, because with all that value, I'm pretty sure y'all are probably thinking like, how much is this going to cost? Because I was thinking the same thing. I was like $49, and that's a small investment when you
Mhm.
think about what it's going to grab you as far as those touches, so you can convert that client for that business.
Yeah.
And like you said, it works for any business. So, a dancer,
Yeah.
now,
It's okay. Wait. It's so funny you say that because I was
Yeah.
thinking about bringing on a partner, and he mentioned something about like a dancer, and I'm like, yes, but no. And the fact that your mindset went there, I don't know if I want to partner with you now. But
Right.
yeah, but go ahead.
Yeah, but, I mean, but still, business is business. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, I've done loans for, you know, you name it. You know, I
Mhm.
had a guy who was a male gigolo, you know, like
Yeah.
for real. I
Hey,
mean,
it happens.
so your business is your business. And
Yeah.
so however you want to manage that business and make sure you keep those touches.
Mhm.
So therefore, you're top of mind. It's important, you
Yeah.
know. So from one extreme to the next, you know, as far as, you know, I would say, you know, the investment, you know,
Yeah.
we know it, you know, all business owners, we know it costs money to make money.
Mhm.
And with this $49 a month, is it something that they're locked into for 12 months? Because sometimes people are nervous. They're nervous about starting this business. So is it
No.
as you pay as you go?
Yeah, it's definitely month to month. You know, and again, we're not going to get rich or poor over $49, right? And
Right.
so it's not a matter of trying to get the most out of the client or the user up front. If you pay attention to technology, especially those that, you know, you have platforms like Facebook, Instagram, these are free platforms. But as you start to graduate maybe to MailChimp, Constant Contact, and you pay attention to their price point,
Oh yeah,
it becomes,
and Constant
yeah, there you go. And
expensive.
they're extreme. Well,
Yeah.
yes, you know,
Yeah,
it
but-
depends on how
yeah.
you look at it, right?
Right.
But you know, when you're looking at maybe $19 a month or $29 a month and so forth, they're trying to attract a certain type of client that they can build a relationship with over time,
Right.
right? And we take on that same principle at the
Mhm.
end of the day. So we look at the tech industry, identify what works, find a price point that is feasible for what we will define again as an everyday entrepreneur, and we attract them that way to start building that relationship. And now that $49 becomes $89 over 6 months,
Mhm.
right?
Right.
Just through the relationship and the use of the service, because now they're taking advantage of that basic plan, but they now have a need to upgrade because they've networked to the point where now I have 200 people in my database from
Right.
using the QR code, but I don't have enough text messages to send to the 200 people. So
Right.
now it requires an upgrade, right?
Right.
And that's how
And it
ultimately we
goes.
approach it at the end of the day.
And so for the $49, like I'm, you know, again, I'm making sure I can be hired and promote this business. So for $49, you get 400 text messages.
That's correct.
See, I'm doing
Yeah.
good, y'all.
400
See?
text messages. You also get 400 voicemail drops. And so that enables you to create a voicemail on a message on your phone that will drop on everyone's voicemail that you promote to. So just
Right.
imagine if you're you're hosting a networking event or something like that. Of course, you can send text messages,
Uh-huh.
but we talked about touch points. Another touch point is voicemail drop, where you can leave a voicemail on everyone's phones, right? Promoting your event. So
Exactly. Like,
there you go.
I love that.
Mhm.
So now, is there anything that I didn't ask? Did I miss anything?
Well, when it comes down to Sign Solutions, again, we're all about partnership. We talked about that, but I think what everyone needs to know is it really, if you don't have a system in place,
Mhm.
then you
Then
need
this
to
is
get
it.
one. And for me, it's my ego is not tied to my business like that, so I don't care if your system is putting it on a notepad and
Right.
creating a time slot during the day to follow up. In order for you to be successful, people need to hear from you. And it's just
Right.
not about social media, right? Social media has a very limited scope by way of reach unless you're
Right.
paying for it. And so if
Exactly.
you can own your data meaning your contacts, your followers, by
Right.
way of course, some
Direct
type of
contact,
system,
yes.
then it works for you long term.
And I love that. Own your data.
Yeah.
If you own it, you basically you carry the masters.
You do. Very
and
much so.
and those are valuable. You don't want to have it locked up in something that you just don't know where it's going to go.
Yeah.
So then, what's your why? I mean, I know Kim is, you have your
Uh-huh.
wife, you have children. What's the big why? I mean, obviously it's the family and
Mhm.
and what has being self-employed allowed you to do?
Yeah, it's definitely given me a lot of freedom. I was speaking with my nephew about that today. It's nothing like, being a business owner because, you're not clocking in or out for anyone, right?
Right.
And so I can appreciate that. But if I had to speak to my why, it's really about legacy at the end of the day, right?
I
It's,
got you.
and it's, the way where I grew up and how I grew up, I should not be here right now. And so when you start to really tap into your true potential, you wonder what's next. And so, for me, the sky's the limit. Maybe politics one day. We'll see how that
Okay.
goes.
Okay.
But really right now,
Mayor
as far
Pro
as
Tem Mark Drake.
yeah, there you go. No, but the aspiration, I'll tell you this quick story. I said, as when I was a director at the technology company, of course, you're in the boardroom and you're sending all these meetings
Mhm.
with the higher ups and so forth. And I just so happen to have a moment where I'm sitting at the boardroom and I look at the CEO. And at this point, we probably have 600-700 employees.
Mhm.
And I said, that man woke up one day
Mhm.
with a vision for something.
Right.
And because he didn't sleep on that vision, he actually took action. We're
Mhm.
all sitting here and have a certain quality of life because of the decision he made.
Correct.
So for me, I want to be that guy. I want to be the
Mhm.
guy because I had a vision one day, I pursued it and I didn't give up on it, that there's a certain quality of life that people are able to experience because of my due diligence, right? So
Right.
that's a big part of my why, right?
Right.
To
I
be
like
able
that.
to enhance people's lives because of something that God gave me that I pursued. Right?
There you go.
Mhm.
And that speaks volumes, because we have to be able to, of course, have our legacy, but also it feels good to help people provide a way and a
There you
means
go.
for their lives and for their family,
Yeah.
So, it's definitely very rewarding, a little stressful though.
It can be.
Yes. Cause I don't know, like have 600-700 employees beneath of not but working with me to,
Uh-huh.
that would be stressful for me. I wouldn't really, I'd be like,
There
I
you
think my
go.
max maybe be about 20. No.
20. Okay. Hey, I
That's a
get
good
it.
number now.
But you create the org chart, you put people underneath
Yeah,
you.
that's
you know,
right.
and
That's
so
right. Exactly.
there you go. You speak to 2 or 3 or 4 people a day.
That's it.
all
That's
you-
it. That's it. Exactly. As the president, that's what you do.
There you go.
So now, is there? So I know you said you have other businesses. So with these other businesses that you maybe have thought about, are they in the tech field, or is it something? Are you want to open up a bakery one day? I mean, is it something?
Yeah. So the other business are definitely in tech. So
Okay.
this is a technology is not going anywhere. We all know that AI
Right.
has like stepped up big time.
Exactly.
Right. And if you're not using AI, we want to
should
encourage you to
be.
do so. Go to Chat GPT.
Yeah, there you go.
Some people use it every day.
Yeah.
and I'm-
So you asked me that question. I was like, I
Yeah.
don't know if I've used it. And you're like, oh yeah, this should I had last used it in like March
Yeah,
or something like
yeah.
that, but I had totally forgotten about it.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just, old school. I believe that if I don't use it, I lose it. And so I love coming up with my own words. I don't want, someone to just think it out for me,
That's fair.
And so, but I know that I could save time with
You
chat,
can.
but I like it to be personalized. And I guess you can, of course you can do that, but I feel like the time that, and again, nothing against it. I know it works. And, I guess I'm old school. I gotta, come up to date to the 21st century. But when I personalize, I think I could have just wrote it myself, So
Yeah.
that's kind of hit and miss,
Yeah.
for me.
And I love that. And that's an honest position to hold. I think as you get as your
Busier when I
business
get
grows,
busy,
as you
I
get busy,
busier, I'm gonna need it. No.
you will probably need to tap into something to make you maximize your time a little bit.
Right.
more,
Don't
so-
write personal. But those are my touches. Those are my personalized time. That
Uh-huh.
I'm sending this email.
Okay, I love it. I love
know,
it.
But I'm gonna use it more. I mean, I know it's a friend, and so I accidentally. I say accidentally. I had gotten it on my, and that's probably what that was from March. It was on my my phone for my text message, and I was wanting to send my own text message, and it was redoing everything.
Okay.
And I just I was like, how do I get this off of here?
Yeah.
So I removed it. So that's why it had not been used. You know.
Okay.
So now, do you have it on your phone?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I do. And so, I mean, for me, so certain CEOs like Mark Zuckerberg, I've heard about, maybe others, they pull on the same clothes every day. It's
Mhm.
not the same, it's the same color shirt,
Right.
same pants and so forth, because it's one less thing to think about.
Correct.
Right. And so that's kind of
I'm
how I
wasting time
position
there,
it.
trying
Right.
to decide what to wear.
There you go. So if I can position Chat GPT or another tool
Right.
to, facilitate a thought that I don't have to fully think out,
Right.
I'm running with it because that positions me to save another 5 minutes where I can be
Okay,
investing in
you're
something
talking
else.
me into it. So y'all, if y'all get a
I'm
message
selling
from
her
me,
on the
you're
tool.
selling me, use Chat GPT.
There you
Kendra,
go.
use Chat GPT. You do? No. See.
Okay. Okay.
She's like, mm-mm. Well, I'm gonna start
Okay.
tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna use it. But I mean, I understand it. But so I've been having fun here this past week with AI and
Okay.
just really kind of just delving more into it.
Mhm.
So I've been posting videos. Have you heard of Jiggle?
I haven't.
So look at, there's all these apps out there, but
Okay.
I won't say it's new, but it's called y'all's Jiggle. So the video that I posted of me dancing, that came from Jiggle. But
Okay.
basically,
That's the app where you can like post a picture of yourself and it takes it,
takes
and
it
then
and you're
dance. Okay,
dancing and
yeah.
you choose the dance moves you want to
Okay.
do. So I've been having fun with that. You know,
Okay.
it's you know, it's lighthearted.
Mhm.
It takes 2 seconds and you can put something out there and and you're done.
Okay.
You know, so now with the going back to signing in the text message, I just thought about that. As far as can you go in and request a text message go out to a certain person at a certain time?
You certainly can. So you can schedule
See,
text messages. You can personalize them, which we set you up right for personalization.
right,
So they feel that it's coming directly from you, right? You're name dropping,
right.
and so you certainly can. You can schedule the text messages to go out. That's what we define as an SMS campaign when you're
Okay.
scheduling it to go out. And so, but yeah, you can definitely do that.
Okay, good. I love it. And so now, like I was looking at our time, it's 7:51. We're coming to the end of the ish, huh? Oh, I can keep going. Oh, we got more time. Party. No.
That's funny.
So, what I am going to do, because we already done sip the wine, but if my dad was here, he would be doing it. He likes to share who we're sipping on. So today we have our cab and it's Han. What do you think about it?
I love it.
Yeah, smooth.
I'm a
and,
red wine guy, so
yes,
that works.
and it's a 2022 from California. That's what we're partaking in. So now, I want you to come back. I definitely want you to come
Okay.
back, you know, because it's important that we are helping and providing value. That's probably my biggest why with this podcast. I wanted to help entrepreneurs build their business, you know, have a platform to talk about their business and just help others grow. And I love the fact that I am a user of Sayin. Like I love it. I have 2 businesses. I have the mortgage side, the real estate side, and I'm able to run those businesses with those apps and connect with people.
Absolutely.
Yes.
We'll love the comeback.
Exactly. So is there anything else you want to add?
No, I mean,
No,
I've had a great time.
You're having a great time.
Yeah.
I'm having a great time too. So now you're also handy. There's
Okay.
another part
There's
of you.
another side to
There's
it.
another
Yeah.
side to you.
That's correct.
And so
Mhm.
what about that?
Yeah. So
I'm just digging, y'all. I'm trying to pull it out of us.
so no, so I've tapped into construction as well. So you know, there's a lot of real estate investors and realtors and brokers, etc. Which you're one, right?
Yes.
And so but
and that's kind of how we met. And
that's right.
And then we went into the other
Yeah,
went into
so
the other business.
There you go. So Brickman Homes, I'm the construction manager for Brickman Homes, and I'm able to understand how to build homes from the ground up. And so I look forward to this learning curve because it's something totally different.
Right.
And but I'm enjoying the process, and I'm with a great team of people.
Right.
Shout out to Chris. Shout out to Elisa.
Hopefully they're watching.
Yeah. And so great people, right? And so I can thank God for that. But no, construction is a whole nother field, right? But understanding
multiple streams of income. That's
right.
what I'm hearing. You got to have it. And you got to have it. You do. You
got to have it. And but it's definitely one of those industries that I didn't envision, right? It's kind of a God thing, right? And so just connecting with Chris and so forth. But no, it's great. And so every day we're out. And we're taking the properties from one stage to the next.
Yes.
And we're excited about what we're doing.
And that's what I love. I mean, I promise you, every day that you get to learn something is a good day. Like I have at the end of the day, if I haven't learned something, I'm like, dang, And so I tease and say that I have my beta planning period, and that's usually early in the morning, where I'm just trying to thumb through what happened yesterday. It might even be something as simple as what did I eat, but I want to, track what I'm doing, and I like to reward myself. And the reward is not necessarily financially, but to reward myself, knowing that I'm doing something to advance myself.
There you go.
It's important that you pour into yourself, and that helps you also pour into others. And so it's important to do that. So it just speaks volumes, and also to the entrepreneurial spirit that you took on something else that you are able to grow and help people with. Because having stability and having a home, I mean, it's big. It's the American dream.
Yeah, no, I agree 1,000%.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's definitely a field where you can see it like every day. The team comes out, everyone's working hard for that purpose. We want to position people where they can have the home of their dreams. where they can, have the grandkids,
Right.
retire, whatever that looks like.
Exactly.
And it's much different than, I would imagine, because I haven't sold homes necessarily, right? So
Right,
as an
right.
agent, but I will, because we've talked about that.
Yes.
But it's, it's much different when you can build it and define what it looks like,
Exactly.
right? From the blueprints all the way to the finished product. And so
Exactly.
that goes a long
And it's
way.
like having a baby.
There you go. It
it's-
really
that's- Yeah,
is.
with the permits and
Mhm.
the construction time, it's like it can be 9 months.
Yeah, it could be. Hopefully not. But yeah,
Right.
well, like 4 or 5.
4 or 5.
No.
Yeah, it depends on
3
who
would be
big-
great.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 3, but then we don't know. We might be missing a stud
There you
on the
go.
seat now.
Yeah. Now that
So-
the rain has subsided, hopefully
Yeah,
we
and
can.
it's just heat. I'm
Mhm.
like, I was telling a lady today, I was like, geez Louise, I'm like, how many days are we into summer? We're like a week into summer, and I feel like I've already gotten my tan. I mean, it's just
Lord,
hot.
yeah,
Yeah, and
Yeah.
this summer is going to be very, very
I'm
hot.
there.
Yeah.
I'm very.
So
I'm there.
I actually made a post the other day just about how to stay hydrated,
Okay.
how many cups of water you need to be drinking. So I think for women, it was like 11.7 cups of water. I can't remember what it was for men, but it's important, y'all, stay hydrated
Stay
because
hydrated.
somebody that's here in the audience tonight likes to overheat and get dehydrated. Usually once a summer, Kim. We have one visit for 2. She says I was being okay. She says at least 2 visits with an IV with hydration. So
Okay.
you guys make sure you drink your water. Don't overexert yourself. So how much water do you think you drink in a day? Is it more than 11.7 cups?
Has to be. I hope so. Because it's hard work.
It
You know,
is,
so-
right? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, look at
Mhm.
she pulled up a picture. So we went to the state fair, and was it on the same day that everybody passed out? Like they passed out. Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
so
wow.
we went to the state fair. I had family in from out of town who is not used to Texas heat. They're from
Okay.
Kentucky. And so my niece passed out. So I'm literally we're picking her up and carrying her into a cool area. And then we get them situated. And then I'm looking for her later. And she's in the nurses station. They got her in the IV. I'm
Oh,
like,
wow.
Lord, everybody's passing out. Everybody's passing out around here.
Okay.
So Texas heat, do not play, y'all. Drink your water.
That's
And if you
very
don't
true.
like the way it tastes, add something to it, but drink your water.
Very true.
I'm shocked when I meet people. They're like, I don't drink water. I'm like, how do you not make it? I feel like that's all that I drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I had the moment just yesterday, I want to say, where I had to sit down and take
Yeah.
them because of the heat.
Yeah.
It's serious out here. So.
It is.
Yeah.
Take a break, rehydrate. I know my son, who plays baseball in the heat. He's like, Mama, he's like, what day was that? Monday. He was like, when I was walking back to the pit, he goes, I felt like I was walking in slow motion. I said, yeah, you was dehydrated, get them fluids. And it's important, for those who play sports, you got to drink your water before you get out on the field, and then drink your water while you're on the field just to keep that going. You can't just start drinking when you're there.
True.
So do you drink water before you make it to work?
I do.
Okay,
But-
it's important.
yeah.
Yeah. See,
So I saw this TikTok. Shout out to TikTok because I know you guys are watching. Where this lady traveled to, I want to say China or somewhere, where they
Mhm.
drink like hot water
Mhm.
every morning.
It's
and
be-
it's
it's
kind
good
of like
for you.
that. Yeah, it's the
Mhm.
thing. So I've kind of started that over the last month or so.
Uh-huh.
Where I just wake up and warm me some water, and
Yeah.
I drink that. So that's kind of how I start my day.
Right.
But definitely by the end of the day, I probably had 12 bottles of water.
Right.
for
It's
sure.
important. Yes. Well, exactly. Well, then
So,
that's good, and
mhm.
that you're healthy and you're taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
So we're getting to the end of this thing, but I've thoroughly enjoyed having
Thank
you.
you.
So one more time, but I know you have the website, but is there a number that they would call?
Yeah, so you can go. You can follow me on social media at Being Mark Drake, at BEING Mark Drake,
Mhm.
and send me a DM and we can connect from there.
Okay. And then the website.
Yep, ScieneSolutions.com, SCYENE Solutions with an S at the end. I like to say that.
Right.
.com. All right.
Plural.
There you go.
For many things that it covers. And then and so if they go ahead and they want to get signed up, how long before they're active? Because like me, I was like, I want it like now.
Yeah.
Like, how does that,
So typically 48 hours. They have you get immediate access to the system,
Uh-huh.
but then of course we customize your QR code experience, and so that can take up to 48 hours.
48 hours. And so 48 hours, they can be setting it and forgetting it, and
That's
just,
correct.
and just getting it. Now, the QR code, they can even send out to people, and they don't necessarily have to be in a networking session.
That's correct.
Yes.
Yeah, you can add it to a flyer or whatever, and
Okay.
as long as they can scan it
Uh-huh.
via their phone, then it will take them to the lead capture page where they can enter their information, and then it routes to the system and triggers the automation campaign.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So
There you go.
y'all, this is entrepreneurship at its finest, and it's something that can help you for sure. Now, when y'all reach out to them, make sure you let them know that they saw it here on Speaking the Facts.
Yes.
We like to bring the facts, not opinions, true facts. You know,
That's good.
Yeah, that's important. You know, so that way your business can be successful. And I don't know where Miss Taylor went. She don't check out on. It's 8:01.
Oh,
Oh, okay. Well,
okay.
Well, I think, she's doing another show. We told her, come on. So y'all, I'm promoting Kiss Wealth. You want to ask me anything about Kiss Wealth now?
Okay, I would love to.
She gets to interview me. We got some time.
Okay.
We're gonna fill it up.
Okay, so where did you start?
A great question.
Uh-huh.
So Kiss Wealth now, that name actually started like 2 years before the pandemic, because
Okay.
I thought it was important to brand yourself.
Yes.
You know, because there's only one Charlemagne out there, only one. But
Okay.
but I wanted something that would be separate from Charlemagne, that people would be easy for people to think about. And so the KISS stood for Keep It Simple Stupid, or Keep It Simple Savvy
Yeah.
about wealth. It doesn't have to be that hard. And so we wanted people to be able to know that it's accessible.
Yes.
And so they can create that legacy. They can have something that they can leave behind.
Was it something where people fed into like a system so you can replicate yourself? Or what were you?
So that's
Yeah.
that's the technology side of it. So
Okay.
it started, and I knew that we had the website to go with it, and it really was kind of like me everywhere I was going,
Okay.
telling everybody to make sure that they kiss wealth now.
Got
that was
it.
so important.
Got
So from doing that to now, for example, like on TikTok, I don't know, it probably has over 300,000 hits. You know, just for me, just making sure I'm telling people.
Okay.
And so now
So it's a movement.
it's a movement. You know,
Okay.
kiss wealth now. You
I
know,
love it.
because it's easy. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's easy. So, of course, when you get your real estate license, you'll be telling people to what?
Kiss
Wealth now. There you go. It's easy.
So simple as that.
So with
It
that,
works.
as we always say, it's important to love yourself so you can love someone else.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
It's very, very important. And so until next week, we will see you at the same fact-ish time, but the same channel. So I will see you guys next week. Good night, you guys.
Hey, have a great one, guys. Thank you.
Hey, this is Charlie,
This is JR.
host of Speaking the Facts with Charlie and JR, broadcasting live each week on Wednesday at 7 p.m. from Fishbowl Studios.
Log on to hear us speaking the facts on current events, family, and finance.
So be sure to log on each week on Wednesday at 7 p.m. to catch Speaking the Facts with Charlie and JR.
Tune in.
Are you ready